Today I wanted to share with you my little way of cleaning vinyl records when they're exceptionally dusty. For most day-to-day tasks, you could use something like this. It's a vinyl brush. It has on one side, actually, it has a brush where you spin the record on the turntable and it collects the dust, and the other side is more velvet, and that kind of does more of a better job for like stuff that's really stuck on there. But sometimes when you buy records from the record store and they're used, or you pick them up on Facebook Marketplace, they're in exceptional condition. And by that I mean they have, fingerprints, dirt, smudge marks, maybe things have been spilt on these records. This is Led Zeppelin 3. Great album. It starts off with Immigrant Song. It's a good classic record. So it has like all kinds of just really gross things growing on this record. So what do you do? So, you can look them up online. There's all kinds of cleaning solutions you could buy or in the store, and you could pay extra money for these things. But what I like to do is just do the homemade solution, and I've tried various different methods, but this is the one I usually do. What I do is I get a brand new bottle from Home Depot. This is just a regular Zepp professional sprayer. You can get any water bottle sprayer. You can get them at the dollar store. But make sure you plainly label it vinyl record cleaner, because you don't want it to be misused for something else, or you don't want to misuse something else on your record, more importantly, like God forbid. Start out with an empty bottle. What do you do to make your homemade solution? Well, you could find this stuff right around your house. First, you want to get the proper mixture. So I just use a little measuring cup. This one's a little old and beat up, but who cares? So I do 3 parts distilled water. And you can buy distilled water just about anywhere at the CVS pharmacy, at the, Walmart has distilled water too. So you can buy distilled water anywhere. And so 3 parts distilled water, 1 part isopropyl rubbing alcohol. This is 91%. I think that's pretty high. I think you should go at least 91%. Maybe some of them are 97%. That might be better. So 1 part that, so 3 to 1. Just for good measure, 1 or 2 drops of this Dawn dish soap. I think the stuff without scent is better. This one has a scent, but I think 1 or 2 drops is not going to do too much damage. It helps to do more of a deeper clean. So 1 or 2 drops of this Dawn stuff. So first what we're going to do is mix it up. So I have, in here I still have some left. I have 10 fluid ounces left. So what I'll do is I'll mix another 10 fluid ounces for you, just to show you. It's not that hard. So first I'm just going to put 2.5 ounces of rubbing alcohol in here. So I'm looking at the little notches here. And you want it to be kind of flat. I'm just eyeballing this. It's not like a perfect science. This isn't like chemistry. But that's about 2.5 ounces. It's really not a lot. So look on the side here. Little more. Again, this is like baking, not like chemistry. So, okay. That's about 2.5 ounces. And then I'll do 7.5 ounces of distilled water. I'll bring that right up to 10. Right about there. That's a little bit, yeah, that's about right. And then just gonna add, let's see here. Let's do it like this. 1 drop, 2, oh, there we go. Oh, that was 3 drops, okay. Now I think that should be good. All right, so then what we're gonna do is stir it up a little bit, and I'm gonna pour this into the water bottle, and then we'll stir it up more. Okay, now I have enough to keep going. I've got 20 fluid ounces. Shake that up a little bit, get it mixed up. And there you go. So how do you use this stuff? So what I do, if you want to save a few bucks, this is a great way to do it. First, what you do, you get a nice clean towel, something that will protect the bottom surface of the record, and put that down on your table. Then you take your record, pick one side. Now you grab a microfiber cloth. I grab a pack of these. They come in like 10 or 20 in a pack. I get them at Home Depot. And they come in blue, which is more fine, yellow, which is a little more coarse, but still pretty darn soft. And these are microfiber. So this is the yellow one. And you could do it two ways. You could spray it on the rag and then wipe it on there. But what I like to do is spray it on the grooves and let it like run into the grooves and let it really get the dirt out that way. But what you don't want to do is spray the label, because that will obviously, over time, the label could start peeling. That's just paper. So let's just do a sample spray to make sure it's coming out okay. So I usually just give it a very, very light spray, nothing crazy. Go around the circle. And then you take the soft part of the rag and you go around in the direction of the grooves. And this is going to help dig some of the dirt out of the grooves. And you just go around several times, all area of the black part of the vinyl, and try to clean it that way. And if you look at it, it should be coming off most of the stuff. Okay, and you do the same thing for the other side. Wow, that is a dirty, dirty record. So I just spray it. Pretty much one pull of the trigger gets me around the whole record. And I just kind of go around in circles here. And honestly, what I do is get the starting point like this. And I'm handling just the edge of the record, not the grooves part of it. But yeah, I try to really get it a good job the first time I buy a record, you know, if it's used and pretty beat up. Then I hold it on the sides by the edges and I just kind of like let it air dry a little bit like this. You know, make sure the water has evaporated. The rubbing alcohol helps it evaporate more. I think that's why we use that. The dish soap I think is more of a detergent that helps clean, and I think the water is obviously just the solution. So, and then that's ready to put back. Now, when you buy a record from a used store, a lot of times it comes in these old paper jackets. And that's really not ideal for storage. So what I recommend, just go do yourself a favor. Go out and get a 50 pack of these MoFi original master sleeves. They are perfect for storing your records. They'll keep them for a long time, and especially since you're investing like at least 20 bucks into each record, it's really worth the effort. So put it in a decent inner sleeve. That is the most critical thing you can do after it's dry. And of course, return it to its jacket. If your jacket does not have plastic outer sleeve, you can buy outer sleeves as well from Mobile Fidelity. So I would recommend you do that. This one does come with an outer jacket. So the record store that I got it from obviously takes care of its stuff. So there you go. That's how I cleaned Led Zeppelin 3. Now this is ready for listening. Guys, if you have any questions, leave a comment below. If you want to see how I clean exceptionally filthy records using the wood glue solution, I will do another video on the wood glue solution, but basically it involves Elmer's wood glue and 24 hours of time. So if you want me to do a video on that, leave a comment below. Other than that, I hope this was helpful for you. Like and subscribe to my channel for more audio and technology content.